Hello everyone, my name is Abhilash Ganesh Paunekar and today's date is that 27th July 2021 and today's video topic is that multi-threading in Java. Okay, so let us discuss about what is the multi-threading and what is the methods of that multi-threading, what is the multitasking, what is the multi-processing and multi-threading also. Okay, so let us discuss about that. Okay, so firstly we will discuss what is the exactly multi-threading. Okay, so multi-threading in Java is like a process of that executing the multiple threads simultaneously. Okay, so thread is a lightweight sub process, the smallest unit of a processing, that the multi-processing and multi-threading both are used to achieving the multitasking. Okay, so however we will use multi-threading than multi-processing because threads use a shared memory area. They don't allocate the separate memory area, so it saves the memory, and it will be like a context switching between the threads that takes less time. Okay, that takes less time than process. So Java multi-threading is mostly used in games and animations, etc. If we take an example like a PUBG or a Counter Strike, uh, it will be used in that the multi-threading concepts. Okay, so we will discuss about what is the advantages of that Java multi-threading. So it doesn't block the user, because the threads are independent, and you can perform the multiple operations at the same time. Okay, so you can perform many operations together, so it will be like it saves the time. Okay, so another one is that the threads are independent, so it doesn't affect other threads if an exception occurs in a single thread. So we will discuss about the what is the multitasking. Okay, so in that multitasking is a process of that executing the multiple tasks simultaneously. We use the multitasking to utilize the CPU. In that multitasking can be achieved in two ways, process based multitasking. It is also known as multi-processing. Okay, so another one is the method is that the thread, not a method, it is like a second way of multitasking. Okay, so that is called as the thread based multitasking. So it is also known as multi-threading. Okay, so we will discuss about the first way of that multitasking. So that was the process based multitasking, that is called as the multi-processing. Okay, so uh, that each process has an address in a memory, in other words, each process allocates a separate memory area. So a process is a heavyweight, so cost of a communication between that process is high. So switching from one process to another requires some time for saving and loading the registers, or it will be like a memory maps, updating lists, etc. Okay, so uh, the second way of that multitasking is that thread based multitasking, that is called as the multi-threading. So uh, the threads shares the same address spaces, and a thread is a lightweight, so it will be like a cost of a communication between the thread is low as compared to like a process based multitasking. So we will look at what is the exactly the thread in Java. Okay, so a thread is a lightweight sub process that the smallest unit of a processing. So it is a separate path of that execution. So threads are independent. If there occurs the exception in one thread, it doesn't affect the other threads. So yeah, it uses a shared memory area. So we will take one example like we have like OS. In that OS there have the three process like process 1, process 2 and process 3. So in that case the in that process 1, so we have three objects like a T1, T2, T3. So it will be like a three objects, and after that the process 2 have two objects like a T1 and T2, and in that case like a process 3 has a T3. So there have only one object. Okay, so in that in that like example we will discussing like a thread is executed like inside the process. So there is like a context switching between that the threads there. There can be like a multiple process inside the OS. Okay, so and one process can have like a multiple threads. So at uh, at a time one thread is executed only. Okay, so we will move on to the next part of that. What is the Java thread class? Okay, so in that case like Java provides like a thread class to achieve the thread programming. Okay, so thread class provides the constructor and methods to create and to perform the operations on a thread. So thread class extends the object class and implements the runnable interface. Okay, so move on to the next topic is that Java thread methods. Okay, so there have like a bunch of methods in that multi-threading. Okay, so first method is that like a start method. It will be it is used to start the execution of that thread. Then run method, it is used to do like an action for a thread. Okay, so another one is that sleep method. That the sleep method, it sleeps like a thread for the specified the amount of a time. If we will take an example like in our program that we will put it on that we will mention in that thread dot sleep in bracket like a 1000. That is the 1000 is that the millisecond time. Okay, so that is the declaration of that sleep method. Okay, so we will move on to the next method is that current thread. So in that method it returns like a reference to the currently executing the thread object. Okay, so next one method is that it waits for the join method. It waits for like the thread to die. Okay, then another method is that like a get priority. So it will be returns like the priority of that thread. Then set priority, the set priority method is like it changes the priority of that thread. Okay, then another method one is that get name, then set name. So get name is basically like returns the name of that thread, and set name is like changes the name of that thread. So it will be same working as like a get priority and set priority. So but working are different. Okay, so then another one is method is that like a get id, so it returns the id of that thread. So next one is that like a is alive. In that method, if it like a test if the thread is alive or not. Okay, then yield method, so it causes the currently executing the thread object to pause and allow other threads to execute temporarily. Okay, then suspend method, so it is used to suspend to the thread. Okay, then another one is that resume method, so it is used to resume the suspended thread. Okay, then stop method, it is used to stop the thread. So thank you, that's all about it.